Hey, friends, happy new year. It is 2021. Can you even believe that? I can't. I can't believe we are already here. On one hand, I'm super excited that 2020 is over, but also that puts some pressure on 2021 because 2020, it was a doozy. And it puts so much pressure on trying to have a better 2021. Well, if you're anything like me, I'm sure either in the past or currently, you have set some New Year's resolutions for your 2021. And so many people set resolutions and they are not successful at them. And I wanted to do this video because I wanted to share with you four reasons or four things that you could do in order to make sure that you accomplish your New Year's resolutions in 2021. So, in general, the problem with New Year's resolutions are that they're just general ideas. There's some idea to want to accomplish or be something better or different in the future. They have vague timelines, if at all, and there's no real thought or understanding on how you're going to actually accomplish the goal. And so a lot of us fail within the first couple of weeks of the new year, or we don't even remember what our New Year's resolution was, and we're only, 2 weeks into the year. Well, this year, as I've been talking to my clients, I really want them and you to be successful, not only in business, but in life with accomplishing your goals. Because if we're honest, a resolution is really just a goal. And I wanted to share with you ways that you can be successful because regardless of what 2020 was, I want us to walk in everything God has for us in 2021. I want this to be a year that despite what is going on in the economy, that we are focused and we are accomplishing our resolutions and our goals, that we are making sure that we are laser focused on what we need to accomplish for ourselves, for our business, for our families, and that we are successful in that. So, I'm going to share with you four ways that you can achieve your New Year's resolutions and that you can be successful in accomplishing them this year. So, let's get into it. So, number one, I want to share with you is that whatever your New Year's resolution is, whatever your goal is for this year, you have to write it down. I know it sounds super simple. However, goals that are not written down are merely dreams. There's something that we hope will happen someday in the future and not something that we are actively working on now. Can you under can you relate to that? I'm sure you can. When we think about something that we want to accomplish, it is so easy to not hold ourselves accountable or to just let it fall by the wayside. But the moment that we write down our goals and our resolutions, it becomes real. It becomes something that we are focused on and we are working towards. And so when we write down that goal, part of writing down that goal is making sure that we write down a very specific goal. Most people will say something like this as a New Year's resolution. Um, I want to exercise more, or I want to lose weight. I want to eat healthier. I want my business to be successful. All of those goals are great. They are awesome. However, they are also great examples of how we set ourselves up to fail. I mean, what does exercise more actually mean? What does it mean for your business to be successful? Part of the problem with most resolutions is that they're so vague. They lack real understanding of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And there's no real understanding of how to know when you're making progress towards achieving that goal or when you've even achieved that goal. They're vague and they're not able to motivate us and keep us focused. I want to exercise more. After the first couple of days of trying to make sure that you exercise, it's not going to motivate you for an entire year to accomplish that goal. So you have to be focused on putting something very specific down. When you write out your goal, be specific. So this is what I'm talking about. For those of you who may have a goal for 2021 that says you want to exercise more, a more achievable, motivating goal would be to write down something such as, I want to exercise 3 days a week. It is something that you can hold yourself accountable to. So if you only did one day, you know you didn't achieve your goal. You did something towards your goal, but you didn't achieve or hit the mark. And so it's necessary to be specific. For all of you who are interested in, having a successful business this year, speaking to my entrepreneurs and those who are stepping out this year, when you're setting resolutions or goals for your business, you have to be specific, such as, I don't just want to be successful this year, because that could mean anything, but I want to have $1 million year. I want to make $1 million this year. Yes, that is a big goal, but you need to say it and you need to write it down and be very specific about it. Or I want to bring in 25 new clients. I want to sell X number of products this year. Whatever the goal is, you have to be specific about it so that you can stay focused and it can motivate you throughout the year. Okay, so number two, here we go. Number two, if you want to be successful in your New Year's resolutions, not only do you have to write down a specific goal, but once you write it down, you need to write out a particular plan or milestones on how you're going to achieve that goal. Now, this is not a lot of work. I know it kind of sounds like a lot, but it's not. So basically, if I say I want to work out, I want to exercise more by exercising 3 days a week, right? Then specifically, you have to write out a plan and some milestones on when you're going to accomplish that goal. If you say you want to bring in 25 new clients for your business, then your goal is, okay, I want to bring in 25 new clients by this date. And I don't like to call them deadline dates. I call them achievement dates, because those are the dates that I want to be able to say, I have achieved my goal. I have done something great for my business or myself, whatever the goal is for. So, what is your achievement date? What date this year do you want to accomplish that goal? It's easy to say before the end of the year, but let's be honest, a lot of our goals, if we are really focused on them, they're not going to take us a full 12 months to accomplish. And if they do, then you still need to set a date. You should still say, I want to accomplish bringing in X number of new clients specifically by December 25th. And you want to give yourself a plan on how you're going to get there. That means I'm going to bring in one new client per month or two clients per month. And that way, you know that you are focused on working towards something very specific. It keeps you motivated, because you know if this month you only brought in one client, you know that you wanted to bring in two. You have something very tangible to work towards. And that is the way that we can be more successful in making sure that we accomplish the goals that we set out for ourselves to accomplish, rather than just keeping in our minds lofty dreams. Okay, so number three is that we really need to think about changing or reframing the way we communicate about our goals. So I like to call number three positive self talk. Listen, I don't know about you, but we have to understand that when the way we talk about things is the way we see them. So we really have to work on reframing our goals. So many times we talk ourselves out of things without us even knowing that we're talking ourselves out of it, because of the way we say it. And what we say impacts our behavior and it impacts our actions. So a lot of times we speak negatively towards even the goals that we want to achieve within our lives. And that negative focus on a goal usually makes us frustrated or irritated or not want to run after the goal, because we're thinking about it in a very negative way. So positive self-talk is the number three way that we can achieve our New Year's resolutions and our goals this year. So here's an example. And I'm sure you have said it. I have definitely said it, and it's a big issue of mine. But one of my personal New Year's resolutions is I really do want to minimize um, or stop eating junk food. And a lot of ways that we'll communicate that to ourselves is stop eating junk food. Here's the problem. When we say stop eating, I'm going to stop eating junk food, the goal itself, or the phrase that we say to remind ourselves of what we're trying to do, number one, is negative, and number two, we're constantly reminding ourselves of the very thing that we no longer want to do. So I no longer want to eat junk food, but every time I say I'm going to stop eating junk food, I'm reminding myself of the thing that I actually want to eat, and I move towards that thing. So reframing self-talk, we should say something that would encourage the behavior that we want. So instead of saying I'm going to stop eating junk food, you would say I want to eat healthier this year, or I'm going to eat more vegetables. It's reminding yourself of the thing that you actually want to do. It will naturally move you towards eating something healthier, and it'll automatically stop you from doing the other thing. And we don't have to constantly remind ourselves about the junk food versus something very simple on reframing our goal from a negative to a positive. I'm going to eat healthier this year. I'm going to eat more vegetables this year. Um, Hopefully that makes sense to you. And number four, the last step to this is something that we all need, and usually we run from it, but you need accountability. You have to find an accountability partner for whatever your goal is, whether it's a personal goal or a business goal. You need accountability. You need someone who's going to encourage you when you feel like you can't accomplish the goal, someone who's going to hold us accountable, someone who's going to remind us of what we said we were going to do, encourage us that we can accomplish it when we're at our lowest moment or have reached a point in time where we feel like there is no way it's going to happen. We all need someone in our life who can push us when we want to quit and help us see our own progress. One of the things that is so difficult and we get in our own way about is we can't even see our own progress when we're making it. And having an accountability partner, no matter what it is your goal is and that you want to accomplish, have an accountability partner will help you identify your progress. They can say, wow, look at how far you've come. Look at what you said you were going to set out to accomplish. I'm so proud of you for doing that. Those words can help us in any moment when we feel like there is no hope or we have completely failed. Having someone who can hold us accountable and encourage us helps us stay focused and move forward and want to focus on getting done the very thing that we have set out to do. And so an accountability partner is so very important. You know, a lot of times that same accountability partner might have similar goals, and you can hold each other accountable, that you can work together in making sure that you're meeting those goals. When I know someone is counting on me to show up or to provide some kind of information, it holds me accountable to do my part in that. And so sometimes when you're working together, holding one another accountable for something, it is really motivating and really helpful. And so that is what you definitely need to do, and you can depend on one another. So this year, 2021, you and I are going to achieve every resolution that we set. We're going to achieve all our goals this year. I don't care what's happening in the economy. I don't care what's happening as far as the pandemic. None of that is an excuse. It's important and it's things that we need to focus on and pay attention to, but it is not an excuse for us to not push forward and focus on our own goals. I am laser focused this year, and one of the things that I've been saying to myself is that I am ferociously determined. I am so determined like never before to accomplish my goals this year. And I want to make sure that all of my clients and all of my friends are accomplishing their goals as well, because it is so important. This is the year, and I am not going to allow external environments to stop what I know is true and can happen for me. So, listen, write down those goals and be specific about your goal. Make sure that you're thinking about a plan. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but give yourself some achievement dates and a plan on how you're going to accomplish it. Make sure you're reframing your goals and your resolutions in a positive self talk. You're saying them in a positive way, you're communicating to yourself in a positive way about those goals, and you write them down in a positive way. And number 4, you're going to get yourself an accountability partner, and you're going to make sure that they hold you accountable to achieving your goals. I hope these 4 tips will help you. Listen, make sure that you like Leilani Williams consulting page. There will be more videos on a weekly basis being posted here to help you stay focused and achieve your goals. Leilani Williams Consulting is about helping people start their own business online and stop trading time for money. That is what I set out to help people do. Listen, we have to be successful in our personal lives as well as our business, though. So it's important that you are focusing on both. And I want to help you do that. So I hope this video was helpful. You're going to achieve all your goals this year, and so will I. Wishing you a very happy and wonderful, successfully productive 2021. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you soon.